Marcus, we've got a lovely shoulder of lamb here. Now you're going to show me how to bone it.
I am indeed, yep. So we've got sort of the hock really on here, which we're going to remove.
Yep.
And then there's also a blade bone that runs across that edge that you can see. So we've got a couple of little processes to make sure we get the bone out of this. And we're going to try and retain it so you've got one whole piece as well.
Okay.
So sharp knife, I'm just going to tuck it into that corner. And we're going to come around there, trying to get through to the joint. If you get any little bits of sinew, literally just putting it away just very carefully, and you'll see we'll start to reveal that little joint. You see how that's just come away there?
Yeah.
So that's what we're taking out. Just using the tip of that knife. So you can see in there, look. And there we go. So that's our hock, which we've taken off.
So you can use the hock, can't you?
Yeah, we just generally use this for something like a stock or something like that. You wouldn't tend to use it for much else because there's quite a lot of tissue in there. So we'll pop that in there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to feel that shoulder bone, which we've got on the edge.
And that goes from there.
Right away, and it's like a blade. So it's sort of a triangular shape coming in here. And the thing is when you're doing meat is to make sure you sort of just use your fingers to feel where the bones are so you can get an idea of exactly what you're going into and where you're coming to. You're just going to cut straight down into here. And as you go down, you'll feel yourself hit that blade bone. And then this is where we need to be quite careful.
Yeah. What you're doing here is you're making sure that your knife's actually going forward onto the bone and not onto the meat. Is that right?
That's right, yeah. On a slight angle, just running itself across that bone. So we're not leaving too much of the meat on there. Now we've exposed that sort of triangular bone.
Yes.
Go down the edge of that bone. And the same with this side, just very carefully making sure any of that connective tissue around the top of here is released.
And when you're saying that you're cutting through the tissue, because it's actually soft, your knife just goes straight through that, so you know just to cut through that.
Really important to have that sharp knife. There you go. And so that will go into our pot with the other ones as well. The last thing we've got in there is that one bone which runs onto the hock and to here.
Okay.
Now a couple of things you could do. If you wanted, you could tunnel bone that.
What do you mean by tunnel bone?
Tunnel bone literally means to be able to keep the meat in one piece on the side and running your knife round so you can remove the bone without breaking the meat, okay? If you want to fiddle around and do that, you can do, but most butchers, when they would bone it, they would just simply cut that through.
Okay.
Down to the bone again.
Yeah.
And we're just running our knife across, just like we did before with the other ones.
Just following the shape of it, really.
Yeah.
So what would you use the shoulder for?
Shoulder's perfect for slow braising. Remember, you've got quite a lot of sort of tissue in here and fat, so it does need to be cooked over a period of time. So great for something like a curry, a slow braise stock, a casserole, anything like that. Just about really slow cooking it. That's the main thing on this. So let's just remove that last little joint there. The only thing we're going to do now is just to trim it up a little bit because we've got quite a few little pockets of fat which you've got underneath the hock. You can see there's quite a big chunk of fat there.
Yeah.
So we're just going to pick that out. Because the nice thing about the lamb shoulder is you do have a good amount of fat in it, which gives it quite a lot of flavour. But at the same time, you've got to trim it up a little bit so you've got that good balance of fat and the nicer meat. And even if you can just feel that bit there, you just see on that joint, that sort of really hard bit of fat. Yeah. Trying to remove that bit out there as well. And there you have it. So what we could do now is we could stuff that, roll it up, so those edges in there. And you can have it like that as a whole roasted piece, or we could just trim that down, cut it into chunks and slow braise it. But that's really simple, easy way to bone a lamb shoulder.